Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you my ability template system so you can easily make abilities inside of Roblox. This will be linked down in the description for the model I'm using here. First, you're going to want to open up the folder ability template listed and follow the instructions. So if it says put in, you're going to drag it in. However, if it says ungroup, you drag it in and then ungroup the folder. And I'm just going to repeat this for everything else. So this goes in server script, and this goes in the starter player. Now this specific ability that I have selected is an ice eruption ability. You can see that this is an replicated storage. This is the effects for the ice I will be using. However, you can replace that with anything, and you can change the name and code, or just keep it named that. So next I will be doing is, I will be creating an animation. As you can see, starter player scripts require to charge up and finish animation. If you only want one animation, you can just put the first half here and the second half here, and it won't make a difference of any sort. So I'm going to make that now. As you can tell, I am not an animator. I'm just trying to make something simple here to show you guys. So I'm going to set animation priority action and publish to Roblox. You're not going to want to copy the ID. And for me, I'm just going to put the same animation, as it doesn't really matter for me personally what's going to happen. I'm just using this as a test. Now we're going to join. I'm now going to showcase the ability. You can see here, upon clicking, it plays the animation twice. And the hitbox is a little big here, which is why it's hitting the rig. You can also see it does damage. The hitbox is all adjustable in the code. And it kills him. So this is a local script. This is what is running on the client down here. I have all my variables up here, and so these are just pretty simple, defining everything. And then I'm getting my animation tracks here for later, and setting up my debounce. The debounce is just making sure that it doesn't happen too quickly. Now I have a setup character function, which is just getting the character, getting the function, getting the animator, setting up everything we need for later on. Then down here I have my user input service, which is what is actually detecting the input, and you can see checking for game processed and debounce, which is just being in chat if you're on cooldown, and then it just checks for the Q key, and then after clicking the Q key, it just fires the server and plays the animation down here, and then starts the cooldown. Over on the server side, I have some more variables here, with these being settings in particular: eruption speed, lifetime, and damage. Eruption speed is just how long it takes to get from its current position to its final position. You can set this to 0 if you just want it to be instant, or it can take longer. Then I have the lifetime, which is how long it stays in the game before getting deleted. Then the damage, which is just how much damage it does to the thing. Now here we're checking for when we receive the remote event from the ice, which is just after we click the Q key. And then this scale 2, you see here, you can use to make it bigger or smaller. And then this start C frame, and then there's an end C frame over here, the target, or just where it's going to start or it's going to go to. You can set those to anything you want. And then this sound here is just the sound that is under the ice eruption right here. And then everything else is pretty self-explanatory. It's just getting particle emitters here and then destroying the particle emitters after the lifetime.